Hi everyone, a very good morning to all of you. Finally, Vineet Pandey once again in front of you. Good morning to each and everyone. Here we have around 57 students, and I believe in the next 5 minutes we'll be having 300 plus. So before we go and get all other students, let's have some basic chit chat, basic talk about the exam. Admit cards have been released. आप लोगों ने डाउनलोड कर लिए होंगे. एडमिट कार्ड्स डाउनलोड करने के साथ साथ एक एसी ऑन कर दीजिएगा. I'm so sorry, I'm asking my assistant for AC. Thank you. सो एडमिट कार्ड जो रिलीज हो गए हैं उनके साथ साथ आपको एक चीज़ और देखनी है. दे आर आस्किंग यू टू फिल अ फॉर्म एंड टेल देम अबाउट योर हेल्थ, वेदर यू आर फाइन और हैविंग कफ और एनी अदर डिजीज लाइक दैट. तो आपको ये बोला गया है कि आप उसकी वो डिटेल्स दें, उनको चीज़ें बताएं अपने बारे में. तो ऑल यू हैव टू डू इज कि यू कैन सिंपली टेल देम इफ़ यू हैव कफ और इफ़ यू हैव सम अदर सिम्टम्स ऑफ कोरोना. And many students texted me that sir, we have our own issues, like many of those girls said that we are asthmatic. कुछ ने बोला सर हमें शुरू से ही अस्थमा है. आज सुबह एक लड़की का मैसेज आया, सी सेड कि मुझे दिमागी अभी तबीयत है, ख़राब है मेरी, थोड़ा दिमाग पे मेरे को स्ट्रेस है, मैं दवाइयाँ ले रही हूँ स्ट्रेस की. शुड आई मेंशन ऑल दीज थिंग्स? सो नो, यू डोंट हैव टू मेंशन ऑल दीज थिंग्स. इफ़ यू हैव स्ट्रेस, if you have something very normal like high BP and these kind of things, you don't have to mention it. They are actually concerned about corona symptoms. If you have corona symptoms, mention it. But again, I should not say like this because I also belong to UGC. But this is stupidity. When you're asking students that whether you have the symptoms or not, and if they say yes, we have it, so are you going to stop them from exam? Every student, every third student, fourth student is either living in the neighborhood where corona is spreaded or has come in contact. So how can you stop these people? There are so many students, female students primarily. Why? Because they are not able to go to their centers. The centers 200 kilometer hai, 300 kilometer hai, 200 kilometer, 300 kilometer. Khushi, you are absolutely right. I don't want to tell this, but yes, three of my students they texted me, sir, we have symptoms of corona, but we don't want to tell it to them, and we want to go to the exam. हालांकि मैंने उनको मना किया. I said please don't do that. But what if there are others, thousands of others, the thousands of others who have symptoms but they don't hide it, and they think that let it be, it is just an exam of 3 hours, we should go because it is my hard work of 1 year. जनवरी से पढ़ रहे हैं, 1 साल का हार्डवर्क है. सो ये देयर विल बी अ बिग रिस्क. रिस्क तो होगा, बहुत बड़ा रिस्क होगा. इनफैक्ट वन ऑफ माई फ्रेंड, आई आस्क्ड हर, मैंने कहा आर यू गोइंग फॉर द एग्जाम? शी सेड नो, आई कांट पुट माई डॉटर, माई हस्बैंड इन रिस्क. शी सेड नो, आई एम नॉट गोइंग. शी वॉज अ प्रोफेसर इन यूनिवर्सिटी ऑफ दिल्ली. आई सेड आर यू गोइंग फॉर द एग्जाम टुडे? शी सेड नो नो, आई एम नॉट गोइंग. नो नो रिस्क. सुजाता जी का जो क्वेश्चन है दैट इज नॉट अ प्रॉपर क्वेश्चन. सुजाता जी, फर्स्ट शिफ्ट एंड सेकंड शिफ्ट का क्वेश्चन पेपर पूछा जाएगा. शी इज आस्किंग कि फर्स्ट शिफ्ट में आसान है, सेकंड शिफ्ट में टफ होता है क्या? इट इज फॉर द फर्स्ट टाइम इन द हिस्ट्री ऑफ नेट जेआरएफ दे आर कंडक्टिंग सेम एग्जाम ऑन सेम डे इन टू शिफ्ट्स. सो नोबडी हैज द एक्सपीरियंस. मैं झूठ बोल दूं हाँ हाँ आसान होता है. नोबडी हैज द एक्सपीरियंस वेदर इट इज द टफ वन और द इजी वन. Now use your common sense. Why will they give one shift a tough paper and second shift an easy paper? Both of the paper will have same standards. It will be same standard. Now we talk about the first and shift together. We talk about the paper. Yes, paper can be easy, but again I'm thinking about the paper setters and their humanitarian aspect, because they are insan, they are human being. If this is the bad time of corona, I know my student has not studied and I have to take the test, I will put easy questions because I know my student has already suffered a lot. So there should be an easy question, easy paper. But then again it depends that what is your preparation. If you are my student, you will find it easy. If you have not even covered properly British history, the British history is not properly covered, you have never ever heard about anything latest, then obviously it will be very tough for you. So now we go for some questions. साधना जी, मेरा नंबर नहीं लग रहा होगा, ऑफ हो गया होगा, आप व्हाट्सएप कीजिए. थैंक यू स्निग्धा. स्निग्धा एटलीस्ट मुझे एक अच्छा मैसेज कर देती है. थैंक यू सो मच. सो जिन्होंने मुझसे पूछा था फ़ोन करने के लिए, आई एम टेकिंग what I'm taking is only WhatsApp. And thank you, Ramesh. Venetians is a phrase that has been given to me by one of my students, Shreya. She is from Allahabad. For the first time, she used this term Venetians. जैसे मेरा भी in future कभी paper में आएगा who has coined the term. So I will have to take this name that Shreya from Allahabad has taken this coined this term, and then people are following it. Even I loved it, Venetians. It's good. See my smile. Anyway, let's get back. Do not waste time. अब time waste नहीं करते हैं. So in today's session, repeating once again, giving you some basic idea, repeating once again, and Shreya is here also, she's typing. Please remember, first shift or second shift, there'll be no difference in the exam standard. Second important question, focus. Second important question. Sir, paper 1, paper 2 will be given to us on the screen. Is there any rule regulation to do the paper 1 first and second paper at second time? पेपर 1 पेपर 2 एक साथ दिया जाएगा. हम पहले क्या करें? You are allowed to do any paper you want. Paper 1 and paper 2 both will be there for 3 hours. 3 घंटे you can do any paper. Paper 1 भी कर सकते हो, paper 2 भी कर सकते हो. So earlier there was a compulsion that complete your paper within 1.5 hour and give it back. But now there is no compulsion like that. ऐसा कुछ नहीं है कि आपको पेपर 1 नहीं मिलेगा. In my last net exam, when I attempted 8th net exam, I have told you that I don't like reading paper 1. I don't feel good in paper 1. I feel bored. So I opened paper 1. Then I didn't like 2 questions. I was like, let it be. That's not my field. Let's have some confidence first. And you know how can I get confidence? I clicked the cursor in the second slide. I went for paper English. I started answering immediately. Tick, 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 tick. When I did around 50 questions in paper 2 in English, I thought that now get back to paper 1 also because that is also equally good. So I went for paper 1 and tried to answer many questions, and I completed paper 1. So first half English paper, then paper 1 I completed, then remaining English paper. And I summed up everything within 90 minutes. 90 minutes में मैंने paper खत्म किया था. Because I was at the situation of do or die. It was very -20 temperature. I was shivering like anything. Even my soul, my bones, everything was shivering. I was doing like this. And so this was the time I knew this. That don't think about failure or passing. Just attempt every question before you leave the exam. So I attempted every question and then I qualified NET in 90 minutes. It's one of my own record for me. And we'll try to do it in better way in future. Now let's get back. Today we will talk about English in India. English in India के हम बारे में बात करेंगे. All the students in online classes have already studied it. So I believe that you'll be answering me. You'll be giving me answers. I also believe that all the new students who have not heard some points will not get depressed and will answer. They will also try to answer. So before we go for English in India, let's go for some basic questions first. Where do we get this line? This is the basic question before we go for English in India. Where do we get this line? Mr. Aziz, we are friends here. And Mr. Aziz says, no, not here, not under that sky. Where do we get this line? Your time starts now. Sayyid ji, English in India से 5 से 6 questions. बहुत बढ़िया. Passes to India. Shabash. I told you ना world classic है. This is the last line. When Dr. Aziz thinks that he is cheated by the white people, Mr. Fielding says that we are still friends. He says, no, not here, not under that sky. This line has been asked in 2 times. Net में 2 बार है. Net exam में 2 बार ही line है. 2 times in net exam. Be sure you remember it. Published in 1924. बहुत बढ़िया Harvard Kelly. बहुत बढ़िया. Please remember this thing. It is written by E.M. Foster. There was a question that E.M. Foster was secretary of. Tell me this thing. E.M. Foster was secretary of. Who remembers it? E.M. Foster was secretary of. Jahangir? नहीं. हर्षिका देवगन. हर्षिका renewal batch student है शायद. Maharaja of Devas. Remember this is question of net exam. E.M. Foster was secretary of Maharaja of Devas. Remember this point. Don't forget this thing. Who has written? No, it's an easy question you can answer. In which postmodern book we find magic realism and a city of Macando. Macando city कहाँ पे है? Macando, Macando. नो, मिडनाइट चिल्ड्रन नहीं है, नो, नो, Macando, Macando. 100 years of solitude, रैना सरकार, बहुत बढ़िया. 100 years of solitude, a famous book written by Gabriel Garcia Marquez. कर्नाटका सेट का एग्जाम है कल. डोंट वरी, वॉट एवर यू हैव स्टडीड फॉर नेट एग्जाम इज मोर देन इनफ. वन मोर क्वेश्चन. What is the name of the book written by Angela Carter, another postmodern writer, where a girl is working in the circus and the book deals with magic realism? Let's see who answers. जो आंसर करेगा वो सीरियसली पढ़ रहा होगा. A book written by Angela Carter dealing with magic realism. त्रिवेदी, वल्लभी त्रिवेदी. नाइट एट सर्कस. नाइट एट सर्कस, बहुत बढ़िया, वेरी गुड, आई एम प्राउड ऑफ यू. वन मोर टफ क्वेश्चन फ्रॉम ऑनलाइन स्टूडेंट्स. ये ऑनलाइन स्टूडेंट्स का टेस्ट हो रहा है. वन मोर टफ क्वेश्चन, लेट्स सी हु आंसर्स. हु हैज रिटन Denzing trilogy, Danzing, Denzing trilogy. Let's see who answers. Who has written Denzing trilogy? I told you this writer, very important. I also told you the book is very important. बहुत बढ़िया. बबली वर्मा, गुंटर ग्रास, मयूरी, नेहा तिवारी, शाबाश. अतुल सिंह, बहुत बढ़िया. गुंटर ग्रास, वेरी गुड. अनिल कुमार, बहुत बढ़िया. वेरी गुड, वेरी गुड. गुंटर ग्रास. Who will tell me in which year Gunter Grass won Nobel Award? अभी हम इंग्लिश टू इंडिया पे, इंग्लिश इन इंडिया पे जाएंगे. वी विल गो ऑन द डिस्कशन ऑफ इंग्लिश इन इंडिया. बट लेट मी आस्क यू सम क्वेश्चंस एंड help you to get warm up. When you go to gym, so you need to warm up first. So I'm just warming you up. It's a warm up session. Now a sudden jump from postmodern to restoration. Sudden jump from postmodern to restoration. What is the subtitle of Absalom and Achitophel? Subtitle क्या है? What is the subtitle of Absalom and Achitophel? बहुत बढ़िया. सरोज यादव, सरोज यादव, आप बहुत मेहनत करके पढ़ रही हैं, मैं जानता हूँ कि कहानी. बहुत बढ़िया, वेरी गुड. सरोज यादव, बहुत बढ़िया. रोहन मेनन, इट्स नॉट अ लैम्पून. लैम्पून वो है मैक फ्लैकनो. लैम्पून इज कॉल्ड पर्सनल सटायर. नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन, अनदर जंप. दिस टाइम I'll ask you a tough question. Name the writer who gave the idea of modern gym. मॉडर्न जिम कॉन्सेप्ट. आज के जो जिम बने ना, वो राइटर कौन सा है जिसने जिम की बात की थी? ऑनलाइन स्टूडेंट्स, कम ऑन. ममता, ऑनलाइन स्टूडेंट्स हो आप. रोजर एशम, मालविका त्रिपाठी, बहुत बढ़िया. रोजर एशम, शाबाश, बहुत बढ़िया. नेम ऑफ द बुक. बुक का नाम लिखो. जॉर्ज जिलेट नहीं है. एकता, क्या कर रही हो? जॉर्ज जिलेट विक्टोरियंस में. Name of the book. Name of the book. Pritika Datta, Rosa Resham, you are absolutely right. Name of the book. Castle of Health. Castle of Health. Now, please remember this point. Who has written the first English to English dictionary in 1755? Who has written modern English dictionary, English to English in 1755? दुर्गा, बहुत बढ़िया. जॉनसन, सैमुअल जॉनसन, 1755. बहुत बढ़िया, वेरी गुड. I told you that he was given money, then there was a guardian for him, and then he wrote the dictionary. I told you. How many years he has taken? How many years he took to compile the dictionary? Complete dictionary में कितना समय लगा था? 8 years. क्षमता सिंह, बहुत बढ़िया, शाबाश. एकता, aren't you my student? तो 9 साल कहाँ से आ गया? 10 साल कहाँ से आ गया? I told you the confusion is between 7, 7.5 and 8, and it has been asked in UGC net. So the right final answer by UGC was 8 years. ये बता चुका हूँ मैं. तुक्के मत मारो. 9 साल 10 साल. You're my online students. गलती नहीं कर सकते आप लोग. टॉपर बनना है, नहीं बनना है. बहुत बढ़िया. हमारा स्टैन होप, फिलिप स्टैनहोप, जिसने उसको पैसे दिए थे, बहुत बढ़िया. हाउ मेनी राइटर्स आर देयर इन लाइव्स ऑफ पोइट्स? हाउ मेनी राइटर्स बायोग्राफी हैज बीन कंपाइल्ड इन लाइव्स ऑफ पोइट्स? कितने राइटर्स हैं वहाँ? 52. रितु चौधरी, बहुत बढ़िया, बहुत बढ़िया, शाबाश. नाउ द क्वेश्चन इज द फाइनल पब्लिकेशन ऑफ लाइव्स ऑफ पोइट्स. फाइनल पब्लिकेशन कब का है? द फाइनल पब्लिकेशन. ना ना, रॉन्ग. रॉन्ग. अरे डिक्शनरी का नहीं, उसका पूछ रहा हूँ. 1779 and 1781. 1781 is final. 1779 is started writing. Remember these things. Now, one more question from all of you. We are talking about newspaper. How many of you actually remember the timings of Tatler, Spectator, Rambler, and Idler? T series, TSRI. All my online students know the secret T series, TSRI. Tatler, Spectator, Rambler, Idler. I want to know the timings. सबके 9 टाइम बता दो. I want to see how much prepared you are. मुझे पता चल जाएगा कौन अच्छे से prepared है. 1709, 1711, गुड. दिस इज कृष्णा केदिया, बहुत अच्छा. हर्षिका, बहुत बढ़िया. शीनम, शीनम बहुत अच्छा, शाबाश. क्लियोपेट्रा, बहुत बढ़िया. 9 कह रहा. ज्योति, बहुत बढ़िया, शाबाश, वेरी गुड. ऑलवेज रिमेंबर दिस थिंग, ये हमेशा रखना. टेटलर और स्पेक्टेटर को आप 911 भी याद कर सकते हो. 911 याद है ना, अमेरिका वाला. टेटलर 1709, स्पेक्टेटर 1911. 911 याद रहेगा. नाउ वन मोर क्वेश्चन. हु स्टार्टेड द न्यूज़पेपर वॉचमैन? आई हैव टॉट यू दिस थिंग इन ऑनलाइन क्लास. वॉचमैन किसका न्यूज़पेपर था? एग्जाम जाओगे देने प्रिपेयर्ड होके, कॉन्फिडेंस से. यू विल गेट ऑल दीज क्वेश्चंस. बहुत बढ़िया, वेरी गुड, वेरी गुड. मकसूदा, हर्षिका, कॉलरेज, उमारा जी, शहादरी सरकार, बहुत बढ़िया. बाकी जो स्विफ्ट और कीट्स लिख रहे हैं वो गलत है. कॉलरेज का था वॉचमैन. कॉलरेज का था वॉचमैन. हु स्टार्टेड द न्यूज़पेपर चैंपियन? चैंपियन न्यूज़पेपर किसका था? हु स्टार्टेड द न्यूज़पेपर चैंपियन? You have been given a proper special audio lecture on magazines only. आपको मैगजीन्स वगैरह पे स्पेशल लेक्चर मिला हुआ है. वेटिंग फॉर दिस थिंग. चैंपियन फील्डिंग, रीना आर्या, बहुत बढ़िया, शाबाश रीना, बहुत बढ़िया. प्रताप सिंह, चंद्रा प्रताप, बहुत बढ़िया. हेनरी फील्डिंग, हार्वर्ड कैली, शाबाश, बहुत बढ़िया, वेरी गुड. नाउ लेट्स गेट बैक टू द पॉइंट. इंग्लिश in India. A question starts and I'm asking the question from my students. What is language 1, language 2? Which is the native language? Which is the outsider's language? L1, L2. Tell me, which is native, which is outsider's language? बोलो जल्दी से. L1 native, अंकिता, बहुत बढ़िया अंकिता, बहुत बढ़िया, शाबाश. L1 is native, L2 is outsiders. बहुत बढ़िया अंकिता, वेरी गुड. L1 is a code given to language 1, which means native language. अगर आपको पेपर में आएगा L1 क्या है तो आप घबरा जाओगे. So always remember, L1 is native language, L2 is the language of outsiders. Now tell me the two important umbrella terms. Umbrella term question has been asked in NET exam. The British umbrella term and the American umbrella term. Tell me. Waiting for the answers. बहुत बढ़िया अनीता राज. ELT and TOEFL. ELT is British, TOEFL is American. They are the umbrella terms, mean the basic terms. Then there are multiple branches of these terms. What do you mean by ESP? English for specific purpose. I have told you this thing, I taught you also. ESP, English for specific purpose, means it is not complete English. It is not the teaching of complete English. It is a teaching of English language to help you to speak in a particular scenario. Agar, even if you don't know the complete English, but you'll be able to speak. So that is called ESP. ESP is subdivision of English language teaching. Try to understand. When you cannot learn complete English, what you do? You learn English for your particular field. That is ESP. The best example, when you go to the mall to buy the clothes, जब आप कपड़े खरीदने जाते हैं मॉल में, so the people those who are talking to you in English are not well versed in English. उनको बहुत English नहीं आती, but they are given a proper training around 100 plus questions that what can a customer talk to you. So they don't know how to speak for Indian economics or the Indian cricket or other things. But yes, they have mugged up certain lines, certain words to talk to you about the clothes. Yes, ma'am, it's a good brand. It will suit you. It's silky. The linear is like that, that this and that. It's a great clothing. It's a dry wash. It's a falana wash. Then please, if you like it, recommend us, subscribe us. These are repeated ones. अच्छा भाई बोला मैंने, सब्सक्राइब किया करो. All the registered students, you ask me, sir, I didn't get your link. It's simple, channel is in front of you, subscribe it. We are not वो दिनचक पूजा के हमें सब्सक्राइबिंग से पैसे मिलेंगे. आई नो वी आर एजुकेशन वाला पीपल, वी वोंट गेट 10 lakhs. हमें 10 लाख सब्सक्राइबर नहीं मिलने वाले. ये आपके लिए है. सब्सक्राइब करो, यू विल गेट नोटिफिकेशन. टेल मी इफ आई एम लाइंग. यू विल गेट नोटिफिकेशन. ऐसे स्क्रीन पे आता है, स्क्रीन पे आता है. यू कैन सी, ओके, विनीत पांडे इज लाइव. यू कैन सी इट, सिंपल. ओके, नाउ army people, soldiers, you must have seen, many of you have family members who are in army. You must have seen that army people also speak in English, but their English is not very up to the mark. Their English is related to yes sir, right sir, over and out, location is that sir, uh, and क्या बोलते हैं, roll call sir, disperse. These are the basic words. So they speak English, but only the English which is used in the battlefield. This is called ESP. Customer service center, they have their English. Doctors, remember doctors, what they write and how these medical shop owners, the medicos, they read it. That's their English. This is ESP. द स्टूडेंट्स हु आर राइटिंग अबाउट मरीन इंग्लिश, जो मैंने आपको पढ़ाया है, सी स्पीक वगैरह, ये हाई लेवल है. ये आपके अलावा किसी को नहीं आएगा, डोंट वरी. नाउ प्लीज रिमेंबर दिस पॉइंट, दैट along with these things there are basic methods of teaching English. What is the full form of CALL? CALL क्या होता है बताओ? What is the full form of CALL? I explained it to you. I told you these are used in NCRTs, CBSEs. Computer assisted language learning, बहुत बढ़िया मकसूदा. Trust me, ये बाकी ने सुना भी नहीं होगा. So बहुत बढ़िया, keep it up. Now what is the full form of CLT? CLT. If they ask you a question that India's CBSE schools are using a particular method, what is CLT? तो आपको बताना पड़ेगा व्हाट इज CLT. बोलो, शाबाश, बहुत बढ़िया. कम्युनिकेटिव लैंग्वेज टीचिंग, वेरी गुड. इट्स कम्युनिकेटिव लैंग्वेज टीचिंग, बहुत बढ़िया. टीचिंग इंग्लिश इन इंग्लिश, दैट्स द CBSE मेथड. नाउ टेल मी दिस थिंग, अ प्रोफेसर फ्रॉम बैंगलोर, आई टॉट यू दिस पॉइंट, मैंने बोला था याद रखना, इट्स एन इंडियन प्रोफेसर. अ प्रोफेसर फ्रॉम कर्नाटका बेंगलुरु, NS Prabhu, has coined a particular style of teaching English. Tell me, I taught you this thing. NS Prabhu, what is that style? TBLL, बहुत बढ़िया, शाबाश, बहुत बढ़िया. Trust me, when you'll go to the exam, 90% students have not even heard these things. You will be the one rocking the exam. अच्छे से पढ़ के जाना, यहाँ पे आपको बहुत ज़्यादा एडवांसमेंट मिलेगा दूसरों पे. You will be having advanced positions. TBLL, task based language learning. टास्क बेस्ड लैंग्वेज लर्निंग, याद रखना. NS प्रभु, एक ऑलरेडी क्वेश्चन आ चुका है. नाउ माय क्वेश्चन गोज टू, हु हैज कॉइन्ड सजेस्टोपीडिया? somebody is writing hunter commission, फलाना कमीशन. आई हैव ऑलरेडी टॉट इन ऑनलाइन, ये पढ़ा चुका हूं मैं. टेल मी दिस थिंग, सजेस्टोपीडिया, हु हैज कॉइन्ड द टर्म सजेस्टोपीडिया? Giorgio Lazinov, बहुत बढ़िया, 1970s theory. Giorgio Lazinov, question of net exam, don't forget this thing. Teacher reads, student listens to it, student listens to the pronunciation, then student reads and goes for the right pronunciation, teacher corrects it. It's an interactive learning session, that's called suggestopedia. एक दूसरे को सजेस्ट करके नॉलेज को शेयर करना. ऑलवेज रिमेंबर दिस हैज बीन आस्क्ड इन नेट एग्जाम, या आ चुका है, पूछा जा चुका है. ऑलवेज रिमेंबर द जीटीएम कॉन्सेप्ट जो अभी आया है, ग्रामर ट्रांसलेशन मेथड. Grammar translation method means, in school, remember in schools our teacher, they would come and they would write subject plus verb first form plus object. This is how you make formation. We will mug it up writing in copy. Okay, first is subject, second is verb, third is object, and we started imitating that formula. That's called GTM, grammar translation method. It's actually a flop way. It's not the right method of teaching language, but in India everything is goal, so we can accept it. Okay. चॉम्स्की भी हम पढ़ा चुके हैं, सीके ऑगडन पढ़ा चुके हैं. सो जो न्यू स्टूडेंट्स क्वेश्चन लिख रहे हैं वो हम पढ़ा चुके हैं ऑलरेडी. वी वोंट बी एबल टू डिस्कस इट. दैट इज एक्चुअली प्राइवेट प्रॉपर्टी ऑफ ऑनलाइन क्लास ओनली. सो आई एम रियली सॉरी, आई वोंट बी गिविंग यू दैट प्रॉपर थिंग. कुछ क्वेश्चंस पढ़ो, सीख लो और मेहनत करो. नाउ the next thing that you have to remember here is very very important, sandwich theory. Who is going to tell me what is sandwich theory? Sandwich theory, बोलो शाबाश. सैंडविच थ्योरी कौन डिफाइन करेगा? यू कैन टेल मी L1 L2 L1 करके, यू कैन टेल मी इफ यू नो इट. There are people, those who imitated me and started writing the same thing. L1 L2 L1. अरे मैंने गलत बोला जानबूझ के. That was wrong. I willingly told you wrong thing. It is L2 L1 L2. L2 L1. L1 is native, L1 is real. L2, remember the sandwich concept, the potato thing. I give you the example: sandwich, bread, outsiders, in between potato, native thing, desi cheese, sandwich. L2 L1 L2. L2 language 2, L1 L2. That is sandwich theory. The easiest method to speak in English, to teach English, the direct methods. Now we go for some basic question, and I want you to know certain points that I have noted for you. कुछ आपके points मैंने note किए थे, so that I can tell you once again. Before I go for those points, I want to ask one more thing. Who has written Fahrenheit 451? A sudden jump. Fahrenheit 451 किसने लिखा है? And how many of you have read the story? Hero tries to save something in this book. What does he try to save? Tell me. हीरो कुछ बचाने की कोशिश करता है इसमें. बुक्स. चेतना, बहुत बढ़िया, शाबाश. चेतना, एक और क्वेश्चन है, एंड लेट्स सी हु आंसर्स दिस थिंग. आई विल टेक द नेम्स ऑफ कैरेक्टर्स. दिस इज द लिस्ट ऑफ 25 मस्ट रीड अमेरिकans. आई हैव इट इन फ्रंट ऑफ मी. In which book we have a character? Myrtle, Myrtle. Listen to it. Myrtle, Myrtle. Myrtle is a character. She is actually run over by a car which was driven by a girl, but the lover takes the charge on himself. Prerna Joshi, बहुत बढ़िया. Gatsby, great Gatsby, very important. Don't forget this thing. Now the next one that you have to tell me is, somebody wrote a novel where a soldier goes to war and comes back without getting a single injury. Everyone makes his fun that you did not fight in the battle. You are coward because you do not have the badge of courage. Shilpa ji, very good. You have given the answer. Red badge of courage. Aparajita, बहुत बढ़िया. Aparajita is from offline class. बहुत बढ़िया अपराजिता. रेड बैज ऑफ करेज. कीप इट अप. पढ़ रहे हो मतलब. गुड. एंड आई मस्ट टेल यू 170 to 180 people are getting up at 3 a.m. Some of them are getting at 2:30. Some of them have formed the habit of getting up at 2. वो 8 बजे सो रहे हैं, 2 बजे उठ रहे हैं. I get up messages, good morning sir, I'm studying at 1:30, at 2, at 2:30, 3, 4. Some of them say, sorry sir, 20 minutes late. I'm studying at 3:20. You are not late. 90% Indian students are sleeping. You are still in a better situation. And I just love to read those lines. Good morning sir, good morning sir. Sometimes I'm not able to reply. But around 170 to 180 people are getting up at 3 o'clock, following my timetable, giving their best, and I'm sure they are enjoying. और कुछ ऐसे हैं जो 1 बजे उठ के पढ़ रहे हैं. मेरी बात हुई, उन्होंने बोला सर वी आर स्लीपिंग, 9 हो गया, रात को 9 बज रहा है, सोना है, 1 बजे उठ के पढ़ना है. कौन रोक सकता है इन बच्चों को? कोई नहीं रोक सकता. Who has written Uncle Tom's Cabin? Who has written Uncle Tom's Cabin? आशीष, मैं सारा यही बता दूंगा तो ऑनलाइन वाले क्यों पढ़ रहे हैं मुझसे यार. अ फ्रेंड ऑफ एवरीवन इज फ्रेंड ऑफ नन. चैरिटी बिगिंस एट होम फर्स्ट. पहले मैं अपने ऑनलाइन वाले बच्चों को तो टॉपर बना लूँ. वो बोलेंगे कि सर हमसे तो पैसे ले रखे हैं, दूसरों को फ्री में क्वालिटी कंटेंट दे रहे हो. इंपॉर्टेंट क्वेश्चन नहीं, बेसिक चीज़ आई एम डिस्कसिंग विद यू. द इंपॉर्टेंट वंस आर लाइक I'll be teaching my online students today unit 10. I'll be teaching them the Krashen concept, Stephen Krashen concept. सारी theories बढ़ाएंगे. Go for Lord Macaulay. And yes, next session, those who want to study with me, I will start a 3 a.m. club. I will also get up. I have talked to my assistant that I will also get up at 3. We will go for a brief live session at 3 o'clock. 3 बजे पढ़ेंगे, 3 बजे जो पढ़ेगा पढ़ेगा. I am also going to target my next JRF. Though I'm 31, I'm not going to get it, but I can touch that score. उस score को target करेंगे. Now remember the famous quotation by Lord Macaulay. Please remember this line, Lord Macaulay's special concept. They may ask you a question, who said these lines? Please remember, the English Bible is the concept called the English Bible. They may ask you a question that what is the concept of English Bible? The English Bible by Lord Macaulay. A book which if everything else in our language should perish, would alone suffice to show the whole world the whole extent of its beauty and power. He simply said that English language is the only language that if all the languages, all the cultures come to an end, English language alone can give them beauty, expressions, culture, everything. So repeating once again, a book which, if everything else in our language should perish, would alone suffice to show the whole extent of its beauty and power. English language is alone which is better. Remember Macaulay's famous concept, I have never found any book in any shelf in any English library can surpass the whole world literature. उसने क्या बोला था? Any book in any shelf of any English library have more knowledge than all of Sanskrit literature, all of Arabian literature. उसने कहा था we are better than India, we are better than Arabia. Our one English book, any book in English is far better than any book in Sanskrit or all the books of Sanskrit and Persian. So any book in any shelf of any English library can surpass the whole of Sanskrit and Arabian literature. It's by Lord Macaulay. Now one more thing, most important statement by Lord Macaulay, ये सबके लिए है, आप भी सुन लो, focus it. Lord Macaulay said, I want to create a class of persons, Indians in blood and color. Indians in blood and color, but English in taste, in opinions, in moral, and in intellect. English in taste, in opinions, in morals, and in intellect. Now just think, has he done it? क्या इसने कर दिया है? He said, I want to create the race of brown people, the people who are Indian by color and blood and color, but taste, choice, appearance, mindset. I am applying it on me. I am like them. Indian in blood and color, but English in taste. Though I also like Golgappa very much. I'm not completely English. That's hybrid. Bhaba's concept. We are hybrid. Opinions, yes. In opinion, I'm like Westerns. I'm very much broad-minded and open for many things. So that's the reason I keep telling you that don't be a poor and victimized woman. Fight back. Morals and intellect, yes. That's what we are. And it's you also. We are all English literature students, English literature learners. We are different. We are crazy. We are better than others. And if someone tells you are crazy, smile. Say, yes, we are literature students. हम नहीं पागल होंगे तो कौन होगा? And always remember this thing. The biggest rebels are English literature students. आज जो संसार में सबसे ज़्यादा रेबल करते हैं ना, I am very much sure आप में से 99% बच्चों की अपने पेरेंट्स से नहीं बनती है। मतलब क्लैशेस होते हैं, मेरे भी होते हैं। अच्छा, सुहेल मोहम्मद, उसको विश विश कर दो, बोला जेआरएफ हो जाए उसका, 5 बार अटेम्प्ट दे चुकी है, जेआरएफ नहीं हुआ। सुहेल मोहम्मद, दैट्स लाइक, मुझे लगा था भक्त सिर्फ एक ही पार्टी में होते हैं। जिंदाबाद। Okay. Now remember this point. What you have to remember, Macaulay's Minutes laid the foundation of English teaching in India. So ये जरूर याद रखना. Now second important thing is that I'm telling you right now is Butler English. Question of net exam. Butler English क्या होता है? Madras Presidency started teaching English, which is basic, like telling people about communication language, बात करने का तरीका. Madras Presidency started this, also known as Babu English, the where you speak wrong English. I teach food, I eat food, want you, sir, I am going, speaking, nice, dancing, these kind of words, where the English is mixed up with some Hindi, some expressions, and English is also not in proper grammatical form. Grammatically, it's wrong. This is called बाबू इंग्लिश और बटलर इंग्लिश, और भी इसके बहुत सारे नाम है, बेरर इंग्लिश भी बोलते हैं. सो प्लीज रिमेंबर इट्स मद्रास प्रेसिडेंसी. ठीक है, एक बंदा बार बार वुड्स डिस्पैच बोल रहा है. ठीक है भाई, याद रखो वुड्स डिस्पैच में उसने बाबू इंग्लिश की बात की थी 1854. राइट द नेक्स्ट पॉइंट. द चार्टर एक्ट ऑफ 1813. हाउ मच अमाउंट वॉज गिवन टू प्रमोट द मिशनरीज एंड इंग्लिश लैंग्वेज इन इंडिया. चार्टर एक्ट 1813, कितना पैसा दिया गया था? 1 लाख. बहुत बढ़िया मोहम्मद सामरीन, बहुत बढ़िया, 1 लाख. द नेक्स्ट वन, व्हाट इज द फुल फॉर्म ऑफ IELTS? आइल्स. आइल्स का फुल फॉर्म क्या है? लेट्स सी हु आंसर दिस. आइल्स का फुल फॉर्म क्या है? बहुत बढ़िया. इंटरनेशनल इंग्लिश लैंग्वेज टेस्टिंग सिस्टम. अर्चना, बहुत बढ़िया. आइल्स का फुल फॉर्म इज दिस. वेरी गुड. नो, इट्स Archana is absolutely right. International English Language Testing System. Sonali, बहुत बढ़िया, वेरी गुड, दैट्स द फाइन आंसर. व्हाट इज द फुल फॉर्म ऑफ टॉफेल? टॉफेल, TOEFL. टॉफेल का फुल फॉर्म क्या है? टॉफेल फुल फॉर्म. Waiting for this. Teaching other language. No, that is TEFL. Teaching of English as a foreign language. बहुत बढ़िया. Teaching of English as a foreign language. TOEFL. That's very good. We already have studied. मैं आपको पढ़ा चुका हूँ. Sadler Commission, Woods Dispatch, Establishment of Inter-University Board 1925, Hunter Commission I have taught. Hunter Commission of 1920 I taught you. That don't be confused. That was of Jallianwala Bagh. आपको मैं जाकिर हुसैन कमेटी पढ़ा चुका हूँ. सार्जेंट रिपोर्ट पढ़ा चुका हूँ. एजुकेशन कमीशन 1964 बता चुका हूँ. बटलर इंग्लिश हो गई आपकी आज. चार्टर एक्ट 1813 हो चुका है. इसके अलावा इन टुडेज प्राइवेट लाइव क्लास वी विल बी डीलिंग विद, आज हम प्राइवेट लाइव क्लास में करेंगे सैपिर वॉर्फ एनालिसिस. दैट्स अ क्वेश्चन ऑफ नेट एग्जाम. लिंग्विस्टिक रिलेटिविटी से बोलते हैं. एक ये पॉइंट पढ़ेंगे. एक वी विल स्टडी द 6 हाइपोथेसिस बाय स्टीफन क्रैशन. ये भी सेकेंड लैंग्वेज एक्विजिशन की हाइपोथेसिस है. And along with this, we'll go for a private class on Unit 10 today. So, if you have any questions, WhatsApp me on 8810289637, and private class will be conducted by 8 p.m. So, be ready or be free. Thank you so much. God bless you. Take care. Bye-bye.